Welcome to the Deep Dive, your essential shortcut to understanding the numbers that move the markets.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into AMBR International Holdings, ticker AMBR, their Q2 2025 results.
Right.
This was a quarter, well, packed with some really eye-popping growth and a clear strategic pivot. But here's the interesting question, I think. Did the market really get the scale of their vision, or are they maybe missing something bigger here?
That's exactly what we need to unpack. I mean, on paper, it looked like a quarter with some significant operational wins, especially with that institutional first strategy clearly, getting some traction. But like you said, the market's initial reaction, well, it often tells a more complicated story, doesn't it? It reflects not just the now, but maybe perceptions about the future.
Exactly. So we'll try and unpack both those clear wins and that more nuanced perception.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Our mission today is really to distill the key financial highlights from AMBR's earnings call, try to understand management's pretty ambitious vision for AI and tokenization, and ultimately figure out what this all means for you as you're navigating this, rapidly evolving digital asset landscape.
Okay.
Let's jump straight into the hard numbers then.
Let's do it.
So for Q2 2025, AMBR International reported total revenue of $21.0 million.
Yeah.
That's an incredible increase. Over 2,300% year over year. I mean, when you see a number like that, what's your first thought?
Well, that headline figure is definitely impressive, yeah. But what makes it even more compelling, I think, is that it wasn't just raw volume at any cost.
Right.
Gross profit hit $15.0 million. That pushed their gross margin up to a pretty robust 71.3%.
Solid margin.
Very solid.
Right.
But here's a really key operational turnaround. The company actually hit positive adjusted EBITDA, $0.2 million.
Okay, adjusted EBITDA. Let's just quickly clarify that.
Yeah, good point. So for anyone listening, adjusted EBITDA basically strips out things like non-cash expenses, depreciation, amortization, and also one-off items. It gives you a much cleaner view of the company's core operational profitability.
Right, how the underlying business is actually performing.
Yeah, exactly. And hitting positive territory for the first time, that's a huge milestone. It suggests their institutional first model is actually scaling efficiently now.
And on the client side, we saw assets under management, AUM, grow to $1.54 billion.
Big number.
Up 35.7% year over year. And their KYC verified users also climbed, up 20.8% to nearly 5,000.
That's 1,911, yeah.
And KYC, just to be clear, that's know your customer. Those essential identity checks financial firms do.
Yeah.
So these are real verified clients.
Right, not just website visitors.
Exactly. But despite all these impressive growth numbers, across the board, the market's initial reaction, pre-market right after the call, was a bit muted, reserved.
Yeah.
What do you make of that initial disconnect?
It's a really critical point, and I think it shows that investors are looking past the headlines, which, they should. Strong growth is one thing, absolutely. But the market also looks closely at the quality of that growth, its sustainability, the broader context. So that initial caution suggests there are maybe some underlying questions the market is still grappling with, even with such positive numbers.
Okay, so let's unpack that growth a bit more then.
All right.
Looking at the segments, the wealth management solutions business was really the engine here, wasn't it?
Absolutely. The powerhouse brought in a record $11.5 million. That's up almost 1,800% year over year.
Wow.
And then you also had the merger with iClick back in March 2025. That added another $6.6 million in marketing and enterprise solutions revenue.
So it's a mix, organic growth plus strategic M&A driving things.
Exactly. And that shift to positive adjusted EBITDA we talked about, it really is pivotal here. It shows their institutional model isn't just bringing in revenue, it's doing it more efficiently now. Operating losses are down to just $0.8 million this quarter.
Which is a big improvement from
$1.6 million a year ago. So it's significant improvement.
Yeah.
And this efficiency, plus, their cash position strengthening to $25.8 million.
Right, up from $9.3 million end of last year.
Yeah, that really strengthens their balance sheet, gives them more flexibility. Okay,
let's dive into what management was saying. CEO Michael Wu, he highlighted these results as validation, basically, of their institutional first strategy and the scalability of their platform. And President Vicky Wang positioned AMBR Premium as Asia's leading digital wealth platform.
Right, offering that private bank-like experience she mentioned.
Exactly. For high net worth, H&W, and ultra high net worth, UHNW, clients.
And just for context, HNW, UHNW, we're talking people with significant investable assets, usually over $1 million.
Yeah, they mentioned the minimum account is $1 million, but active relationships go up to $100 million. So really targeting that sophisticated end.
Definitely. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, you have to remember Amber started as Amber AI back in 2017.
Or the AI roots.
Those roots are crucial for understanding their long-term ambition. Michael Wu laid out this two-pronged strategy. First, near term, it's AI for crypto. Basically using AI to enhance and personalize crypto wealth management, make it more efficient, better unit economics.
Okay, applying AI to the current business.
Right. But then longer term, the really ambitious part, crypto for AI.
Crypto for AI.
Well,
what does that mean exactly?
Well, they envision crypto becoming the sort of native payment rails, the infrastructure for this emerging AI agent economy. And Amber wants to be a cornerstone of that future.
Wow, okay.
So this isn't just about optimizing what they do now. It's a very bold long-term bet on how finance might be reshaped by AI and crypto together.
That AI agent economy idea is definitely forward-looking. And we're already seeing bits of this vision turn into actual products. Chief Product Officer Ye Aiba talked about advancing real-world asset tokenization, RWA, aiming for a full turnkey solution from advisory to distribution.
Yeah, RWA tokenization is a hot topic.
For anyone less familiar, maybe just quickly explain RWA tokenization.
Sure. It's basically taking tangible assets, I think stocks, real estate, maybe even art or commodities, and representing ownership of them on a blockchain.
Okay.
This allows for things like fractional ownership, so you can buy a small piece, 24/7 trading potentially, and instant settlement. It kind of combines familiar assets with blockchain efficiency.
And Amber's starting with tokenized stocks, including their own shares as AMBRx. That's pretty meta.
It is, and it's a clear sign they're leveraging blockchain for more than just crypto itself, but beyond RWAs, they're also innovating in structured products.
Right. They mentioned being early movers in Asia for things like accumulators.
Decumulator.
Yeah, accumulators, decumulators, dual currency products, fixed coupon notes. These aren't your standard buy and hold things.
More complex instruments.
Exactly. They're customized financial products designed for specific risk-reward profiles. Like an accumulator, you might agree to buy an asset at a discount, but only up to a certain price.
Or dual currency products offer potentially higher yield, but carry foreign exchange risk. These really appeal to those sophisticated H&W clients looking for yield enhancement, risk management, tailored opportunities.
And these products are actually contributing revenue already.
They are. $1.6 million quarter-over-quarter growth from these structured products alone.
Wow. Okay, and speaking of AI integration, we saw it live on the earnings call, didn't we?
Yeah, Mia. Their AI agent served as the moderator.
What does that signal to you? Is it just a gimmick or something more?
I think it's a powerful statement. Management said Mia is already doing things like multi-channel marketing, social media engagement, streamlining their internal sales knowledge base, even client portfolio reviews.
The real work.
Real work. This isn't just for show. It directly impacts client acquisition, service quality. It's AI for crypto happening right now, helping them scale smarter.
Okay, let's shift gears to guidance. CFO Josephine Nye announced a pretty big change. They're moving from full year to quarterly guidance. And they gave a Q3 revenue outlook for the Amber Premium segment specifically, $11 million to $12.5 million. Right. Why the change? Why move away from annual guidance?
Well, it's a strategic shift, and they gave a few reasons. One was slower than expected progress, getting licenses needed for expansion in some places.
Okay, regulatory hurdles?
Yeah. Another was just the inherent volatility of the crypto market, making long-term forecasts tricky.
Understandable.
And finally, aligning with industry peers, who mostly give quarterly guidance anyway. So for investors, it probably signals a more prudent, maybe cautious approach to forecasting in such a dynamic space, aiming for more tangible near-term results.
Less long-term visibility, though, maybe.
Potentially, yes. Less long-term visibility, but maybe also a focus on hitting more achievable short-term targets in a volatile market. It's a trade-off.
Okay, so let's try and bring this together. On one side, you've got this hyper-growth, a clear path to profitability, these big strategic bets on AI and tokenization.
Strong fundamentals seemingly improving.
But on the other hand, that market reaction was, well, muted. The stock dipped about 1.5% during the pre-market call. And it's down, what, 5% over the last month and significantly more, like 50, 60% over the last 2-3 months.
Yeah.
This is that disconnect we mentioned. How do we square that circle?
It's absolutely the key question for investors right now, understanding this divergence. It really seems influenced by a couple of factors. We often talk about microcap liquidity and crypto beta overhang.
Okay, break those down. Microcap liquidity.
So microcap liquidity just means because the company's market capitalization is relatively small and trading volume might be lower, it can lead to bigger price swings. And it might make the stock less appealing for really large institutional investors who need to buy and sell big blocks easily.
Got it. And the crypto beta overhang.
That means the stock price is still heavily tied to the general sentiment and swings of the broader cryptocurrency market.
Regardless of Amber's own performance.
Largely, yeah. So even if Amber itself is executing well, if Bitcoin or the wider crypto market takes a hit, AMBR stock might get dragged down too, just because of that association it carries, that crypto beta.
Okay. So strong company performance, potentially overshadowed by market structure and sector sentiment.
That seems to be a big part of the story right now. That said, you did have Clear Street initiate coverage recently with a buy rating.
Right. August 21st with an $11 price target.
Exactly. So that suggests at least some analysts see conviction in the longer-term story, offering a counterpoint to the recent price action.
Looking ahead then, what are the key catalysts investors should be watching for? What could change that narrative?
Well, definitely tangible RWA deal wins. Seeing real-world assets get tokenized and distributed through their platform would be huge validation. More structured product launches showing continued innovation. Any more details around AMBRx, their tokenized share, and who might distribute it?
Distribution partners, yeah.
That would be significant. Also, any capital actions, new funding, for instance, or maybe more analysts starting to cover the stock, those could boost confidence.
Okay. And the risks. Still lurking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The risks are still there, and management acknowledged them, that crypto market volatility isn't going away soon.
Right.
Slower progress on getting those licenses for expansion is still a factor, and that microcap liquidity and crypto beta overhang we just talked about, those persist. I think for sophisticated investors, the big question will be the repeatability of those wealth management revenues through the ups and downs of crypto cycles.
And their risk controls.
Exactly. Robust risk controls are paramount in this space to build sustained value.
All right, let's pivot to our This Is Not Financial Advice segment. Time to pitch an outrageous but plausible trade idea based on today's deep dive.
Okay, let's see. Given Amber's really ambitious long-term crypto for AI vision, even though the market seems skeptical right now, my idea would be something like looking at deeply out-of-the-money, long-dated call options on AMBR.
Okay, unpack that. Out of the money, long dated.
So an out-of-the-money call option has a strike price significantly higher than where the stock is trading today. And long-dated means the option doesn't expire for quite a while, say 18 or even 24 months out.
All right, so you need the stock to move up a lot over a long time.
Exactly. You might target a strike price way above today's value, maybe somewhere near that $11 Clear Street target, perhaps even higher depending on your conviction. The idea is to leverage that long-term belief in their whole AI-native, RWA-powered future, acknowledging the market might take a long time to price it in.
The outrageous part being the patience and conviction needed given the volatility.
Precisely. It requires real patience and strong belief, which makes it outrageous in a volatile market. But it's plausible if you genuinely think their strategy could fundamentally reshape their valuation over that longer time frame.
Okay, interesting idea. So to recap everything, Amber International, clearly in hyper-growth mode right now, executing a focused institutional strategy in digital wealth management, making significant investments in AI MIA being a prime example, and pioneering RWA tokenization.
Yeah, painting a picture of a company really trying to build for the next wave of finance.
Despite those short-term market reactions, which seem tied to broader crypto sentiment and those liquidity factors.
Right, the underlying business fundamentals and that strategic direction, they do look compelling.
Yeah.
And that shift to quarterly guidance, while it reduces long-term visibility, maybe it also shows a pragmatic focus on near-term execution in a tough market.
So the provocative thought to leave everyone with today is this. If Amber actually succeeds in making crypto the native rails for that AI agent economy they envision.
The big if.
The big if. What could the real long-term impact on their business model and ultimately their valuation truly be? Is the market looking far enough ahead?
Definitely something to ponder as you continue your own research, thinking about where these huge technologies, AI and crypto, might eventually converge.
Absolutely. And remember, this deep dive is strictly for informational purposes. It is not financial advice.
Please do your own homework.
We hope this breakdown has been valuable, helping you look beyond just the headlines. Join us next time for another deep dive into the numbers that move the markets.